got this recently, and it's an Ibanez Talman TMB100 it's called. And without getting too far into the whole, back in my day business, because you know about that, we had to walk to school through the snow, uphill both ways and all that. But I will tell you, I paid $160 for this, $159.98 or whatever it was. And it's just amazing to me that you can get something of this quality for that price nowadays. So between the active EQ function here and the fact that you have P-bass and jazz bass pickups combined, I think you can get just about any tone in the world with this thing, and it plays well. It came set up pretty well. I don't really have any major complaints with it. And I'm not a bass player, by the way. You may be able to tell. I'm a guitar player, but I wanted to get something like this for doing my home recording stuff. And honestly, if you're a bass player, you probably have something that you like a lot better than this particular instrument. You probably have some more expensive instrument that you play a lot. I think these are aimed at beginners and for people who are not specifically bass players, because as I said, they probably already have something better than this. Not that there's anything wrong with this. This knob right here, these are these concentric stacked knobs. So each one of these is two knobs in one. But the bottom of the two concentric knobs, that's the blend knob. On this one right here. So this that's all the way to the jazz bass pickup. Here's halfway, so they're both blended. And here's all the way to the P-bass side. And it's as you can see, it's considerably louder when it's all the way on that P-bass side. Now the top knob right here is the volume knob for both pickups. So that's what that does. Now over here we have active tone knobs. There's a battery compartment. It takes a 9-volt battery, and the pickups are not active, but the tone circuit is active. So if you turn this, by the way, there are notches on all these knobs except for the volume knob, but they're detents, so you can hit the middle position. Like you can, if you want to blend the two pickups exactly equally, there's a notch that you can feel right in the middle there. Now over here on these tone knobs, there's a notch where it's supposedly flat. The bottom one is the bass, the active bass tone control. The top one is the treble, and they You know how on some guitars and basses that tone controls don't really do that much? These really do a lot. Let me show you. Let me show you what the here's the bass all the way off. Here's the bass all the way on. And here's right in the middle. Now, here's the treble. I'm going to leave that, I'm going to leave the bass control in the notch position in the middle. Here's the treble all the way off. Treble all the way on. And here's the notch position where it's flat. Okay. Yeah, you can get some extremes of tonal variation. Well, let's look at this thing a little closer up. The neck pocket right there, it's really tight all the way around. Let's look over here. Yeah, perfect. Tuners are good. I mean, this bass is basically flawless. There's nothing wrong that I can see. There's a few bubbles in the plastic that I haven't taken off the pick guard yet. But no, it's amazing at this price that you can get something that is as perfect as this. And here's the weird thing about the guitar market nowadays. If you buy something in this price range, dirt cheap basically, then people will go over it, reviewers will go over it with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find any tiny little flaws in the finish or the binding or that sort of thing. Meanwhile, if you buy a $5,000 guitar, it will have been dragged behind a truck down I-5 for several hours, which they call relicking. And no one cares anything about little blemishes or that sort of thing, because that's part of the character. So if I were buying, and as I just did, a bass guitar, I wouldn't even worry that much about the tiny little blemishes and stuff. It's the sound that matters, the pickups, the playability, and this happens to have that, and it's really good quality, everything else. So I'm all for it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it, and subscribe if you did. And I'll see you next time. Bye.